Hey everyone, Brody here with our channel, Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. I have a copy of Alpujarras by Dr. Finn's game. It has a turn track similar to Takedo, where you move forward and whoever's behind takes their turn, moving their marker forward and taking the action where they ended up stopping on. In the game, you play as a fruit tree farmer during the agricultural revolution in the Alpujarras landscapes. You will grow fruit and then you will deliver them to the hillside villages for money. The player who then earns the most money will win the game. Each player starts with a mule on a track that can be different each time that you play the game, placing these outside tiles differently. But the player furthest back can move any space forward that is not already occupied unless it's a market or a harvest space, which are shown with multiple spaces for the mules to stop on. If you are in a market or a harvest space, you cannot move into another space in that same place. Then you will then perform the actions indicated by the space where you stopped at. So let me go over the standard actions so you will know kind of what to expect or see in the game. This icon, which means add a farmer, you will then add a farmer that you take from your own supply and add it to any farmland. Sometimes this action will have a background color where you will need to add a farmer to a specific farmland matching its color, but sometimes it could be any. After adding a farmer to the farmland, you can then take any one fruit from a fruit field within that farmland. You cannot take a fruit if you already have 5 of that fruit. The fruit on the board is limited, and if you add a farmer to a farmland without any fruit, then you will gain no fruit. If you run out of farmers, this action becomes move a farmer action. This is another possible action space, move a farmer. You will move a farmer in a farmland to move it to another one and take a fruit in that new farmland that you placed your farmer in. The next possible action is to irrigate, and you will take a channel token from the supply and add it to any water channel on the board. Now, the tile must be placed in a space adjacent to another channel tile or to a starting water channel printed on the board. These tokens are either shaped that are straight or they are T-shaped channels, which you will match them when putting them on the board of whatever you choose. And you will gain one of the types of fruits matching the tile. Specifically, when adding the T-shaped channel, you will choose a crop tile to place with it, and you will then gain one of the types of fruits matching the tile, and also you'll place 2 of those fruits out on the tile, adding more fruit so that players can grab them when placing their farmers there. When adding a channel for irrigation, you will then gain the items on the space that you covered up with your tile. This might be taking Norias, which are tokens used to pay for additional actions, or money, which is what you want. Or again, the exclamation point symbol is adding a new crop tile and gaining one of those fruits. Other actions when stopping on a spot with this gear symbol, this is a Noria. These you will take from the supply, and you may only have a maximum of 5 at a time, but you can spin those to take additional actions. This can be done anytime on your turn, and you can discard 5 to add a farmer and gain 3 coins. 4 will let you add a farmer and gain 1 coin. 3 will let you add a farmer. 2 will let you move a farmer, and 1 will let you return a fruit for another type of fruit. If your mule stops on this space, you will take any one fruit from the supply for each icon shown. This icon means take that many coins shown. This checkmark symbol is complete a goal action. At the beginning of the game, there are 4 goal cards randomly placed out, and landing on a space with this lets you complete the goal if you satisfied the requirement. You will then place one of your farmers on the leftmost unoccupied spaces of that if you have met the goal shown on the card, and then you'll take the shown reward. You cannot place more than 1 farmer on a goal card. If you have no more farmers, then you can use 1 on the board. If you are unable to fulfill the goal at this time, you can take a goal token, and in the future, when you land on a complete a goal space again, you may spend your token to complete an additional goal, meeting the requirements each time you place a farmer on a card. The other big action space that you will encounter in the game are the market spaces and the harvest spaces. Market spaces are marked with a cart, and there are 4 spots divided in this action space to hold each mule for all the players. Some of these spots have an icon where you will take the action shown on that space, and then you will take the market action. If you begin your turn on a market space, then you must leave the market space on your next turn. The market lets you deliver fruits. When doing this market action, you will deliver fruits shown on the delivery tokens and or a delivery card, and you can only earn 1 delivery token per stop. When doing this action, you will choose a farmland where you have a farmer present to take any of the delivery tokens present there, and you will move your farmer from the farmland and move it into the village. You will then return the fruit shown on the token back to the supply and take the delivery token for the money shown on the other side. Once a farmer is moved to a village, it will no longer be used for actions for farmers in the farmland, and these farmers, when entering the village, are laid down, showing a difference between farmers out on the board. After taking your delivery token, check the market bonus card. If the fruit you delivered is shown in the first 3 spaces, then you will gain coins from the supply. Then, regardless of its position, you will move that fruit type that you just delivered to the far right, sliding all others to the left to fill in the spaces. Lastly, you can earn a delivery card by returning the fruit shown on a card back to the supply, and then it will score you the coins shown on that card at the end of the game. A new card will come out to fill its spot, and the market bonus never applies to the delivery cards. The first player to then deliver fruit to each village will earn an action shown with the green side of the award token placed out there. They will flip that token over to the other side, and the red side will be awarded to the next player who delivers fruit there, and then it is removed from the game after the second time. The harvest spaces have a sickle icon, and similar to the market space, they are also divided into 4 spaces for each mule, for each player. When landing on one of these spaces, you will take the harvest action in addition to what's listed on the space. For this action, you will take 1 primary fruit from the supply for each farmland where you have the most farmers. The primary color is the type of fruit that matches its color of the farmland on the board, but also shown with a sickle in that area to clarify what fruit you would get. With 3 to 4 players in the game, ties count as having majority. In a 2-player game, you must have more than your opponent to have majority. Remember, farmers and villages do not count for this. If you already have 5 of a fruit, then you will instead take a Noria instead. Remember, this fruit is taken from the supply. Players continue moving on the path, and the game ends when all mules have entered the end space. And as players enter the end space, they can then take the shown actions, including taking an extra market action, completing a goal. Some will collect coins, and then you can sell your remaining Norias and fruit with gaining a coin for each group of 3 of those. Players will count up their points by flipping all their delivery tokens over to show the money listed on them, which is always going to be 1 more than the fruit number shown on them. Players add up their points from their delivery tokens, their delivery cards, and the player with the most money wins the game. And, well, that's Alpujarras. It is an area majority game when taking the harvest action, set collection with the market action, and then uses that outside track turn order to perform the shown actions that are shown. That's a pretty good combinations of mechanics for this game, I think. I feel like the outside track is what makes this game so interesting. You're trying to, gauge how far you want to go. The further you go on that track, potentially less actions you take. But if the actions you really need, you need to take them and you want to go and get them before someone else blocks you from that. So you will have to skip some anyways. As you place farmers to gather certain fruits that you want, the farmlands you place those farmers in also plays a key role when you harvest. You potentially can grab more fruit if you place your farmers out to have the majority in those farmlands. You also have the goal cards that you want to take advantage of before others do, as they, will grant money, which is points in the game. And the sooner you get to those, the higher points for accomplishing them you will gain. There isn't a lot of action, so the game doesn't get overcomplicated, but there are just enough things to spread everything out and to make your decisions very interesting and sometimes even very hard to choose what you want to do. The components are great with some fruit-shaped tokens. The outside path can be changed from play to play and change, things up, so it's not the same thing every time. There is a 2-player variant that adds an imaginary player to block spaces that are random and helps with the game when you're playing with those 2 players. Anyways, there is a lot to like about this game, and I hope this helped you to take a look at what you might expect when playing it. Again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are new and working hard to bring to you videos like this one so you know if these games are ones that you want to get to your own table.